Hey everyone, welcome back to the latest GoSkills Excel Challenge solution. How close did you get to solving it? Joining us is GoSkills' own Claudia Buckley with her solution. Check it out right now.
Today we are creating a custom calculator to work out annual insurance premiums. Let's get started by restricting the values that users are allowed to enter in these cells. And of course, we do that with data validation. What we need to do is to select each cell one at a time and go to the Data tab. We need to click the Data Validation command, and since we're allowing a list, we select that here. For the source, we can either type the cell references here, or we can make it easier by selecting this little arrow and selecting the range of options that we want to allow. So here we want the building age to come from one of these cells. Click OK. And now we have that drop-down list right here. So let's say our building is 16 to 20 years old. And we repeat this process for the others. So for construction type, we go to Data Validation, allow a list. Our source is going to be here. And OK. So now we just need to fill those in for the remaining specs. So now we have our building specs all filled in, and at this point, we want to extract the factors that should show up here in column E based on column B. Well, building age and construction shows up first, but actually let's leave that one for last, because the building age and construction, that's this one here, the building table, has a slightly different structure because it's based on two selections, the age and the type of construction. So we'll do that one later. In Excel, we always try to tackle the easier task first. Let's start with the number of stories right here. I decided to use XLOOKUP because why not? It's quicker than nesting a bunch of if functions, and it's better than hard coding a column number with VLOOKUP. So here's our formula. We type XLOOKUP. Here's going to be our lookup value. That's the one here. You notice that it's created structured references because this data set was created using an Excel table, and the name of that table is input. This at property details just means that we're using the property details column and the same row as the one that the formula is being typed in. What's the lookup array? That is asking where do we expect to find this value. So we're going to be looking for that within the finishing table and specifically within the S number column. And the return array, that is the value that we want returned if we do find this number, is going to be also within the finishing table, but this time within the stories column. Close our square brackets and close parentheses. So it's saying if there are two stories, then that would be a factor of 0.0001. Let's check if that's true. Two stories, 0.0001. We repeat that process for the remaining specs: plumbing age, roofing age, electrical type, and HVAC age. So now we have these finishing specs all filled in, and we need to go back to the building age and construction cell. Because, as we mentioned before, this is a matrix type layout, we do have a few options. They'll all pretty much involve nesting more than one function within a single formula. I decided to use XLOOKUP to do that. So here's how it works. We start as usual by doing our XLOOKUP. The value that we're looking for is this one, and our lookup array will be in the building table. And it's going to be the age column. And that's straightforward. But now what will be our return array? It all depends on what's selected here. We do need another XLOOKUP formula to determine that. So we're going to use an XLOOKUP formula as the argument of our first XLOOKUP formula. So this cell is what we need, cell B4. Where do we expect to find that? It is going to be in the building table, but it will be among the headers of the building table. So any of these could be the construction type. So I can just select the headers here. I just double clicked to select. And the return array will be the entire building table. So we use the data here. And we close the inside XLOOKUP formula with a parenthesis. And we close the outside one with another parenthesis. And this says it's 0.0031 for this type building. So let's look it up. 16 to 20 years old, masonry, non-combustible. Let's see. That's exactly right, 0.0031. So we're all done right here. For the final push, we just need to total all these factors and multiply it by the value of the building. So that's a simple sum formula. We add these here times the value of the building. And that would be our annual premium. And we want to see if our calculator works. Let's make this building 950. It calculates that. Change the number of stories. That changed to 0.0003. And our calculator works as expected. What do you think about this challenge? Do you have another method not suggested here? We love to hear about it on our Slack channel. Thanks to community member Avery Dace for sharing this scenario and his solution. See you next time.
So there it is. Did you get the same results? Did you use the same approach? Or did you try something different? We'd like to know. Share your take on the challenge in the comments below or join us for more discussion in our Slack channel. Link in the description. Thanks for participating and make sure to subscribe to this channel to get an alert when the next challenge is released. We'll see you then.